I recently met up with Berlin's OG movement teacher Joseph Bartz, and we spent a morning sharing ideas, exploring movement, and basically nerding out over training. Now, this is a bit of a longer one, so grab yourself a coffee or a tea and come hang out with us. We'll dive into beginner-friendly acrobatics, strength, mobility, coordination, working with obstacles, and the environment, and different ways of approaching movement practice in general. But this isn't just a video to sit back and watch. Throughout the session, we share plenty of exercises, concepts, and little movement problems that you can take straight into your own training. So get comfortable, or even better, take some of these ideas outside afterwards and give them a try yourself. Let's get into it. It's been 2 years. It seems like. Maybe you have watched back then, but 2 years ago, Joseph and I, we had a session together, creating 2 videos, one for his, one for my channel. We're back again in Berlin.
Yes, and we are at my home spot. So this is where most of my training is happening. Yeah, with my group and also my personal training.
One cool thing that I noticed, that exactly this setup is in Munich, in my home spot. So in a way, it's also my home spot, but in a different city. Yeah, today, what's the plan?
From my side, would be the idea to show a little bit how I work here with this park, because I often talk about the solution-based practice, which is different from execution-based practice. Execution-based practice is things like push-ups, where you have a very clear execution. Solution-based practice is you have a problem and you need to solve the problem.
An easy example to understand this concept, instead of simply doing pull-ups or push-ups, grab a wooden block that is on the floor, climb all the way to a specific location and place it there. And why this could be relevant, we'll talk about it later. I think on top of that, we'll also be playing with some basic, super easy acrobatic patterns. In the end, creating a session that you could also try at home and see how it goes. I think there's some ideas in there.
Yes.
Before we ventured into more dynamic forms of practice, we warmed up with 2 exercises, one highlighting more of a pulling, the other one more of a pushing motion. Okay, task number 1, elevator, I like to call it. It's basically based off the scapular push-up, so if people don't already know the scapular push-up, this should be the base task. But then basically what I'm trying to go for here is supporting on one arm, a bit a wider base, so I can support myself much nicer. Then there's 2 parts of this. The first one is pushing tall and trying to support my weight mostly with the sensation of the elbow. So I'm not just here, I'm a little bit here in this one, and I can lean over it. So I'm really now supporting with my rib cage on the elbow. And then the second part of this one is sinking down, reaching around and trying to see if I can touch my own thigh.
Right.
Boom, and that's the elevator. Usually I like to go for 3, 4, 5 repetitions, slow, feel it out, and that's a very nice pushing activation.
I'm starting here from elevated.
Exactly. Then you can lean forwards, a bit of a planche sensation.
Yeah.
Cage pushes tall, so we have this nice hollow sensation.
Yeah, okay.
Nice, as tall as you can. Boom, 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 boom. And then comes the sinking down part.
Yeah, I also sink here.
You fully sink all the way.
And now
You try to tap your own
rotate.
thigh. Exactly. Yes, nice, and push back up again. And that's 1 repetition.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Okay, we're actually doing something similar, hanging. So let's do this. It's also a rotation. So I'm here on one ring. You could also do it with 2 rings, but it can be a little bit awkward. So if you want to make it easier, you just put the rings higher. And you're here, and you actually start like this. And here I can pull myself up, like bringing the shoulder towards the chest, bringing the chest up, rotating. And here, bringing myself up, retracting the shoulder blade, and rotation. And if I want, I can also stay on one leg, maybe changing the leg here, rotation, pulling in, and going back here. This can be also pretty tough, like depending on how low the ring is. So maybe like 3 to 4 reps, something like this. Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Tough one, but good one.
Yeah, trying this. Yeah, getting up here. Yeah, so there's almost like a flat surface. Yay. Nice.
Wow.
Tough, huh?
Yeah, good one. Let's do 2-3 sets of these, coupled back and forth. And I guess also for you guys, this could be a nice proper activation, pushing, pulling. Very interesting, similar tasks in a way. A lot of rotation there. Yeah. And so we went on with 2 more sets of the elevator push-up and this 3-dimensional pulling exercise, which turned out to be a very nice one for me. I have never done it in this exact variation, so that was interesting. Again, it's a very nice couple. Both of these exercises have this rotational aspect and also this unilateral aspect, meaning you're just using one arm. Hence, your body needs to create a lot of stability. And by the way, if you're wondering what kind of rings these are, it's just a regular gymnastic ring cut in half. Joseph recently made a video, tutorial basically how to create one yourself, which is fairly simple, just half one gymnastic ring and there you go. But it's an excellent tool because it very nicely fits into any backpack and offers the same benefits that a usual gymnastic ring would do. Nice. Before moving on, let us get back quickly to solution-based practice. Instead of knowing exactly what to do and how to do it, like a regular push-up or a pull-up, you're now given a problem and it's up to you to find a solution.
Maybe the question comes up, what is this for? And once the practice gets more open, it's not so easy anymore to answer. Then things are not anymore strength training or balance training or mobility training, but it mixes. It's complexity. There's lots of things happening.
In a way, solution-based practice is at the heart of dynamic movement disciplines like parkour or acrobatics. Instead of simply learning and repeating predefined movement here, you're constantly figuring out the exact movement or sequence of movements in the moment. I also talked about this before in my video, why movement learning is like playing jazz. And this way of practicing develops our ability to self-organize, to let the body find solutions that feel fluid, effortless and intuitive, rather than robotic and premeditated. A simple example could be the task of picking up a small wooden block, but instead of simply walking over and grabbing it, you first have to climb your way towards it. And once you've picked it up, the problem changes again. How do you now keep moving while holding the block? What new challenges does that create? Of course, you're training strength, mobility and coordination along the way, but those aren't necessarily the main goal. The real practice is problem solving, adapting to changing situations, finding creative solutions and learning to move harmoniously without already knowing exactly what the movement is supposed to look like.
You're starting here in a hang and you need to get on top of the bar and then you just walk over the 3 bars and you can just go down on the other side. So now a few details is I always ask the people to scale it for them. So it's good for them.
If you want to try exactly this task, then you don't have to do a muscle up. You can also use your feet in one way or the other in order to make the whole climbing up situation much easier.
I'm here from the hang and now for example I hook my leg and I will do this swinging technique to go up and then I'm on top of the bar and I'm standing up now. My feet are a bit slippery from the wetness and then I'm just going down like this. Kind of unspectacular in a way, but at the same time for many people it's super unusual to do some practice like this. So in a sense a low-hanging fruit you could say. Nice. Okay, nice. And then the thing is, now if we do it again, do you repeat the same thing? You can do this. We can say, okay, we found one solution, we repeat it. Or do we purposefully say, you have to do a different thing? You have to do a different solution.
As a new variation of this game, Joseph proposed to start hanging with the feet not touching the floor at all. Hence, a bit more of a strength aspect comes into play.
Let's go for the easiest one that comes to mind, because I don't want to do a strength training now.
Of course not. Yes, nice. For many people, this would be also strength training, huh? Like, because you need a little bit of ability to pull. Yeah. I have many students that want to do this, but in the beginning they cannot do it. Like,
yeah, no,
of
course.
We then proceeded with 2 or 3 more rounds of this variation. So starting hanging, pulling yourself up somehow, walking across the beams, and then jumping down. And then from here, Joseph proposed one final variation that was also quite challenging, starting hanging, but then first going all the way to the other side before making your way up. Now I quickly want to touch upon a subject that some of you could interest or some of you could even struggle with. So when you have been training regularly for the vast majority of your training career, meaning just doing push-ups and dips and more linear exercises, performing sets and reps, then a free open task like this could be not too easy, because all of a sudden you have all of these options. So what to do? And this is something that we as kids, we do all the time. We play and we try things out, we explore. But as we grow older, we tend to stick to training programs and structures. So this task could also propose a nice challenge in this regard.
The thing is with solution-based practice like this is you have lots of things where you don't need any equipment, and you can basically, I could show you things that every one of you could do. Yeah, I'm showing of course things that you might not be able to do in this way because you don't have this. But you get the idea, no? Like, right. You can be playful here. Everyone is doing dips. There are 10,000 more things that you can do here. And this I like the creativity.
And I guess also for you out there wondering if you need this setup, of course not. It's an example. You can use bars. You've seen it on the channel as well, taking things and using them in a different way. And now also here, trying to see in how many different ways you can use this setup for more than just pure strength.
Yeah.
After playing around with these solution-based practice ideas for about 20 minutes, we moved on to some basic flowy floor acrobatics. Now Joseph has been practicing this, but of course with my experience over the years, I had some ideas to show him.
I guess after this bit more strengthy thing and then the task-based exercises, why not do some more flowy, easy acrobatics?
Let's see how flowy I am.
Very flowy.
If you haven't seen the first video, maybe now you switch to it to see it, and then you know what you can expect here from me.
Yeah. Definitely you should watch our first videos. They're quite cool. 2 years old, but still relevant today. Yeah. Well, the first thing that you already showed me before, people call it chapeau de couro, but names doesn't.
Yeah, chapeau de couro. Okay, do you know what it means?
Leather hat.
Ah. Chapeau.
Exactly. So it's this coiled up starting position, and you already did it. And let's just do a couple repetitions to warm up and then find variations. What I focus on in this one, instead of just going up and kicking around, I like to find a bit more style. So my head is leading the motion until the very end. So I'm standing up with this idea, which gives a bit more length, I guess, to the whole sensation. It's less of a kick then, it's more of a glide, like a swallow, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
this I didn't. Okay.
Skull connection that we have now. Yeah. Okay, now there's a big thing that is still missing a little bit.
Yeah.
So right now you're landing and you're going down with your foot. Now while this happens, the arm should come up. So it's this counter effect. Landing, arm goes up and foot goes down. So it's like a seesaw. Right? So you directly get up to standing. You push, exactly, and the push and the leg is coupled. Right. Yes. Nice. A lot of length is what I like to find. Head is pulling the motion. Have fun. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, it's difficult for me to get the extension that you have, like in this, like
Yeah, I can imagine.
nice extension.
Yeah, so a lot of lightness inside the body. My
Yeah.
arms are floating.
Nice.
Yeah.
This of course is much easier said than done. I've been practicing acrobatics specifically for well over 10 years, so this quality of lightness is something that also comes naturally. So in case you're trying this and you don't find it directly, I simply encourage you to keep going.
Okay, notice you look more down than me. You extend, but you're still looking down. Okay.
Coordination.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Ta, ta, ta.
Step in, through.
It's like a snake,
Ah,
constantly doing these ones.
ha,
Yes. Through
through.
and kick up to standing. Yeah, just like that. Honestly, that's fine. Yeah.
Ah, here it's like you're in this ipsilateral.
Yes, but you're already reaching, so take a look. Once you land, the cool thing is you can always cheat with your hands. Landing, hand is on the floor, and then you have again.
Ah, yeah, you
the
change
nice
into
contra.
contra. Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. Landing, hand, step through, up, standing. That's it. Yeah.
When learning more complex movement patterns, just like this one, it is completely normal that at first it won't feel smooth. You will most likely experience hiccups in the execution, and this is completely fine. Give your time to unravel this puzzle.
Yeah, small detail if you wanted to, after landing, stepping through,
Yeah.
I don't step away from my hand.
Aha.
I step towards it so I can easily transition to standing.
Okay. Pa, pa, pa,
Nice.
pa, pa.
Yeah, transform into a wildcat.
Yes.
While this cue sounds abstract, it actually is very helpful. I very often work with imagination, hence creating a mental image in my mind that my body has to fulfill. Again, it's kind of a form of task-based training.
What I'm also trying to make it a bit more fluid is when I land, I sink down into this cat-like position instead of staying here.
Ah,
Boom. Boom. Super squirmy. Now the thing what you can do, we can maybe do it as a finalizing task, is also just trying to see what options we have. I mean, I know that you know some patterns on the floor, and I guess you people out there also, and maybe from the previous videos, right? So now after landing and doing this step, we can try to see what else is there to explore. A basic thing is from here, boom, into the floor. Now, however, into the floor, I don't mind so much as long as it feels connected. So I could go, step through, and find a transition here. Boom, that feels nice. I could add some more speed if I wanted to. Boom, boom, boom. Instead of just going to the floor, I can do a bit of a rolling sensation, which could then take me into a full roll, into like a windmill sensation. Yeah, so we have the floor as an option, but maybe we can also try to see, boom, boom, if we can use this to exit in a highway. So now it's really just playful, seeing what could happen, connecting some ideas, and some of them will stick, others not so much.
okay.
Yeah.
So for about 10 or 15 more minutes, we simply went on and had a bit of an more open acrobatics session. We played with the ideas from before, so performing this chapeau de curo into this step and then taking it somehow into the floor. When you're trying this for the first time, it is very likely that you won't come up with many new movement solutions. Maybe you will repeat yourself often, doing the same pattern over and over again. And I honestly say this is completely fine. This is also what I do at the beginning. Repeat things often, kind of sharpening the knife until you get a glimpse of what else is possible. In case you were wondering how many reps and how many sets we were doing of all of this, honestly we didn't count it at all. And this is also what I would propose to you in case you want to try some easy acrobatics yourself.
Nice.
Instead of approaching this from a more structured way, I would simply say, play some nice music and get moving. Don't count what exactly you're doing, but listen to the sensation of tiredness. When you're breathing heavy, take a rest, but otherwise just keep going. Oftentimes the body needs a moment to get warm and get into flow.
Yes, sir. Alrighty.
Nice.
I think that was a nice session.
Yeah, very diverse for the body. Like even like the start when we warmed up with this rotation, already something that is not so much in the mind of people, because it's easier for the mind to think linearly than in a curve. So already like saying, hey, let's rotate, let's have this motion instead of this motion, already can put like a very different stimulus. This is unusual. And of course the acrobatics is completely based on the rotation.
And I think also this was a very nice example session of what is possible whenever you go out, have a training session at a local park like this one. Of course, there's the regular things that you can do, but there is so much more. And we really just showed a couple examples of so much. And I think this is also, not only on my, but also on your channel, a reoccurring theme, showing the possibilities of human movement and also human movement in interaction with objects. And that's just vastly interesting. And you can have a nice mix of a strength session, and there was some mobility aspects and some coordination and all of these isolated abilities. And in the end, it was a very nourishing, nice session.
Yeah, definitely.
It didn't feel too hard on the body. Yeah. I leave now with a very peaceful body.
Yeah, it feels opening, like expansion. This, I like to say, like there's a self-expansion in this, like you feel more full.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Neil.
Amazing.
Nice.
Thank you, people. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to know. We will happily respond.
Definitely.
Also, our work is linked in the video description. As always, you can find it there. That's it.
Yes.
Happy practice.
Continue.
And this was it for this video. I truly hope you enjoyed watching it. Again, like we were saying, if there's any questions, simply comment and we'll happily reply. Make sure to check out both of our channels and all of the videos. While we're doing quite a lot of the same things, obviously we also have different focuses in our practice and work. So, thank you for being here, and I hope to catch you in the next one.